Yeah, there is a lot of damage that has already been done to the area called Canyon Mine. Canyon Mine is operated, to my understanding, by Canadians mining sources, and they have been cleared to start mining uranium a mile from our sacred mountain called Red Butte. And they started exploring first, and then now they're starting to dig. And they weren't prepared for, I believe, what was going to happen once they started piercing the aquifer. It started flooding, it started contaminating the area immediately. The water started spraying all over the place, and it started spilling over their what they call retention basins. They weren't prepared for all the water to be coming out. So Canyon Mine did a lot of damage already, and it's still happening right now. It's an open space to where the birds are landing in there, animals are digging right under the mining area's faces. The animals are crawling under the fences of Canyon Mine, and the birds are landing into the ponds. And the water is radiated and contaminated, and these animals are already consuming it. The water is being sprayed into the air because there was no plan on how to retain all this water that was coming out. And so the contamination is there happening on site. What is going in the air, we don't know, but we know it's going in the air. At the site of Canyon Mine, it's always very windy, and so we've had Geiger counters go in and do some actual monitoring, and so they've seen some radiation exposure recorded on the Geiger counters. So Canyon Mine also sits on a floodplain that goes right into Cataract Canyon, and our village is 25 miles from there. And so the risk is really great. Studies still need to be done to ensure that our water, our air, our animals are protected. Because of the fact that there's no real concrete evidence to show that it's safe, the risk is too much to take, and we're not prepared to do that.
More about their level of communication with?
The Forest Service meets with the Tribal Council, and they tell us that everything's safe, everything's fine. They're following all the orders of their plan of operations, but we think otherwise. We think that the mining company is not following the plan of operations because in their plan, it does not have that they were going to spill over the water. They're transporting the contaminated water all the way up to the Four Corners area, and it's a risk to people on the roads. They have no answers for that. They say, oh, everything's safe. That's what they're telling the Tribal Council, but we think otherwise. We see what's happening on site. We have people go there and take a look at it and monitor what's going on, and the water is just coming out of the aquifers, and there's no way of stopping it. And again, the state of Arizona, who issues the groundwater aquifer permits and the air quality permits, are also saying the same thing. Oh, they're following all what is necessary, the law. But, you know, the mining companies need to be held accountable for what they're doing is wrong. If the bill becomes law, I believe it'll be a victory for all people in the Grand Canyon area, not just the Havasupai. It'll be the victory for the animals. It'll be a victory for all the residents and visitors that come to the Grand Canyon, because we don't want anybody to be hurt. We don't want anybody to be contaminated. And most of all, we don't want people to die. And that is a victory if this bill passes. If the bill doesn't pass, it just shows that human life is not important to leaders of this Congress. It just shows, if the bill does not pass, it shows that people don't care about the Havasupai people that live in the canyon. We are on the front lines of an environmental catastrophe. And That's the story we've been trying to tell for 30 years. Please don't do this. Please don't come into our backyards and mine uranium, because there's human life that live here, animals that live here, people that visit here, and they all deserve to be protected.
Greetings, my name is Shanti Saija. I am the reigning Miss Havasupai 2018-2019 from Supai, Arizona. Today, my tribe faces a serious issue concerning uranium mining that will affect the water that flows through our Havasupai Canyon home. There is a marked site to extract uranium mining within the boundaries of the Grand Canyon National Park. This issue is older than me, and I hope to see it defeated once and for all. I don't want my generation or the future generations to inherit this plight. Nevertheless, I encourage you to learn more about this issue affecting my tribe for a better understanding. I alone can not make tangible changes, but if I trigger a thought in the makeup and chemistry of your mind, that is a start that I can only hope for me and my people. My name is Shanti Saija, youth of the Havasupai. Thank you. I usually think about it all the time because I always swim with my friends, and the fact that our water can get contaminated, it runs through my mind all the time because it's really hot where we're from, and my horses, they drink that water and they eat their seaweed from there sometimes when I take them swimming. It just scares me. It would be fantastic, I mean, if they wouldn't contaminate the water, that will be better for the future generations and my generation to have clean water and an environment. I came to stand for my land, my tribe, and the water, for our people.
Is that hard to do? Do people listen to you when you say what